Little People, Big World. Zach and Tori Roloff reveal shocking detail that caused them to get married. Little People, Big World. Zach Roloff and Tori Roloff made some surprising comments about what led up to them getting married. Little People, Big World Season 25 aired from February to May 2024, which ended up being Zach and Tori's final season after the couple announced they were ready to move on and focus on their family without the cameras following their every move. Zach and Tori may have exited lpbw, but they're still making headlines via their podcast. In the most recent episode of their podcast, Raising Heights, Zach and Tori revealed a discrepancy they had while they were dating that led them to get married almost 10 years ago. Zach admitted that he actually wanted to keep dating Tori a little longer. However, Tori had other ideas. Zach said on their podcast, "I was totally cool dating," and Tori was like, "All right, let's get this show on the road." That mindset caught Zach off guard as he remembered thinking at the time, "Already? We just started." By that point, Zach and Tori had been dating for 4 years, which Tori considered a long time to wait for marriage. As she explained, "I was waiting for it. I'm like, dude, I can't. Time is ticking, bro." Tori was 24 at that point in her life, and she wanted to get the show on the road, and didn't want to keep waiting for a wedding. Tori's timetable is what got Zach finally on board with marriage. Interestingly, despite wanting to take that giant step in their relationship and get married, Tori wasn't super confident within her own relationship. While dating Zach, she felt very insecure because she was worried that her then boyfriend was going to wake up one day and decide to move on and date other women. Tori kept having this thought in the back of her mind that Zach would go, "Oh, I want to sample something else. Like I'd had enough of this flavor." A big reason why Tori had that worry was because she was Zach's first date, first kiss, and first everything. Fortunately for her, Zach never had that on his mind, which he admitted during the podcast episode. That's when he commented on the fact that he wanted to keep dating Tori some more before thinking about getting married. She seemed to breathe a sigh of relief on Raising Heights that everything worked out for them as Zach and Tori looked back on their relationship and marriage to each other. It's unknown at this point if the Roloff family's reality show will be renewed after the recently wrapped Little People, Big World Season 25. With Zach and Tori no longer participating, the network will have to decide if it's worth it to continue on with the remaining cast members. The lpbw Season 25 final felt like a series finale, so if that ends up being the final episode, then at least it had what felt like a proper ending. Zach and Tori will keep sharing their lives, but going forward, it will be via their podcast and social media. Little People, Big World is a popular reality TV show on TLC following the Roloff family. Over 20 seasons have aired since 2006, all centered around the Little People family's everyday life as they navigate a world that isn't always willing to accept differences. Outside of the reality TV show, Matt Roloff has lived an incredibly successful life as an entrepreneur, farmer, writer, and motivational speaker. Little People, Big World. Is Little People, Big World over? The 25th season of Little People, Big World ended about a month ago, with an episode titled Time to Move On. Its description: Matt, Karen, Amy, and Chris take time to decompress and consider the future. That was the 394th episode by Wikipedia's count and certainly sounds like a series finale, but TLC didn't announce it as such, nor celebrate the show's end in any way. When TLC announced Season 25, it was just a generic summary of the major plot points. Ironically, TLC did announce the show's final season minus 14 years ago, after 207 episodes aired. Why then and not now? When it seems like the show is truly ending? Matt Roloff explained, in an extensive Facebook post, that the family decided in 2010 that they wanted to go back to running the farm and our normal lives, having completed our mission of educating the world on what it's like to be a little person in an average-sized world. But TLC returned to them with a proposal to film fewer episodes and do specials involving travel. The show has been going ever since. Now though, it seems like it's really over. The Roloff children, Jacob, Jeremy, Molly, and Zach, had all said they will not return to the TV show. Their father, Matt, said the family concluded filming in September 2023 and are no longer contracted with TLC. He prefaced his post by noting he's officially not under a contract NDA. "I can speak much more freely than I've been able to the past 20 years or so." The show's continuation and evolution is, Matt wrote, "Why I think there is some hesitation to announce from TLC that the show is over. Still, he added, the family as a whole is enjoying being away from it all after 19 to 20 years, and Karen and many other family members have publicly stated they are done with filming. Drama in their family drama has been covered on screen and off. Matt and Amy are divorced. Amy wrote about Matt's affair in her book, and Zach recently said on his podcast that his relationship with his dad is not great and not, existent, I guess. He also said, according to Parade, the filming ended, and you just kind of give yourself some space. But then the show airs 6 months later. It kind of brings up some old wounds. So while there's a possibility, as always, that Little People, Big World or a spin-off could return in some form at some time, it seems like the original show is definitely done at this point. Matt said that, I can't predict the future, but I feel very content and satisfied with the run of shows and the journey we shared with you all. He added that he thinks the show educated tens of millions, maybe even hundreds of millions of people across the globe, normalizing to many that people with differences are just like everyone else. Little People, Big World. Zach Roloff done with family drama. It appears that Zach and Tori Roloff are officially done with Little People, Big World after all. Zach, the last child of Matt and Amy Roloff to appear on the show, will no longer star in the TLC series with his wife and children, opting to share his private life via his and Tori's new podcast instead. After appearing on the show since 2006, the 30-year-old father, too, appears to have had his fill following a falling out he had with his dad, Matt Roloff, involving the family farm. As fans will recall, last year, Zach offered his father $1.6 million for the family property. But Matt Roloff wanted $4 million and wasn't willing to part ways with the famous house and land. The Roloff farm can now be rented via Booking.com, Airbnb, and more. Matt's decision to hold on to the property and not hand it down to one of his sons has put a strain on his relationship with Zach and possibly some of his other children who have all left the show behind years ago. Zach Roloff has also shared that being the one child left on the show and dealing with his divorced parents has taken its toll. It's time to take a break, separate from my family, which is well documented, Zach said. Adding, the farm deal went through and just other things in my opinion. Zach went on to share that being in the middle of his divorced parents at his age is also stressful. No one does that at 30, he said. It looks like this may be the end for the long-running series. Without any of the Roloff children and just Matt and Amy and their significant others, the only couples set to appear, would fans still tune in? Matt Roloff recently spoke out about the show, sharing that he is happy about taking a break for a few months, and then will be willing to hear what producers plan to do if the series is renewed for a 27th season. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with lpbw right now. Come back here often for Little People, Big World spoilers, news, and updates.